Okay guys, so now we're going to cover a few really basic movements that you can do to get yourself warmed up. Now, I typically have people start with a little bit of light foam rolling. I'm not going to go over foam rolling today. That can be a separate video. You can feel free to reach out to me through, Instagram, email, Twitter, whatever, if you want more information on that. I'm just going to take you through a couple simple mobility movements for hips, ankles, upper back, and a couple activation drills. So you can go through these. It'll take you 5 minutes or even less before you dive into your workout today. So to get into our upper back and shoulders, I'm going to have you start in an all fours position like this, quadruped position. You're going to start with one hand behind the head. You're going to touch that elbow to that straight arm. Then you're going to rotate up towards the sky, rotating through the upper and middle back. And rinse, repeat like that. Big inhale. Nice, big exhale like that. Let's say we'll have you do 10 on each side, like that. And then I'm going to get into your hips a little bit here. So this next movement is called hip cars. Oftentimes I call them hip circles because I'm very simplistic like that. Hip car stands for controlled articular rotations. So for this, you're going to, again, start in that quadruped position. You're going to bring one knee forward. So you're going to flex your hip, bring that knee forward, bring that knee out, back, all the way around, squeezing your glute, kind of extending that hip on one side, and then bring it all the way down. So pretty much you're drawing a really big circle with your knee, and you're bringing your hip through a full range of motion. I typically will have people do 6 or 7 of those clockwise and then counterclockwise. So both sides of those. And then we're gonna hit some ankle mobility. The simplest ankle mobility drill I have people do is to get them into half kneeling, just like this, one knee up, one knee down. I want you to take the inside hand, grab onto your heel, other hand is above the knee. You're keeping that heel firmly planted on the ground and working that knee forward past the toe. Backing off a little bit, and again, working that knee forward past the toe, back off, and then rinse, repeat, just like that. And we'll have you do 8 to 10 on each side. The idea with our ankle mobility, people can often be a little bit restricted in their ankles, so we're trying to work into the full range of motion that our joint has on that particular day, trying to improve that range of motion as we continue to repeat that that exercise or that drill. So hit that guy on both sides. You might feel a stretch in kind of almost like your Achilles tendon back here. You might not even feel a lot. Like mobility is different than just regular stretching. So 10 of those on each side, we'll say. And then we're gonna get into a little bit of activation drills. So again, this is a very quick warm-up. Nothing about this is in depth or goal specific necessarily, but these movements will at least kind of get you moving for whatever it is you're gonna do. So the next thing we're gonna do is hit an ab activation drill. That's a big favorite of mine. And then we'll do a simple drill to get your glutes and hamstrings turned on. So ab activation, you're going to lie back just like so. Legs are up at 90 degrees or like in tabletop. Take your hands, I want you to cross them, put your hands right above your knees, and you're gonna push your legs away from you. So I'm pushing my legs away from me, but I'm not letting my legs move. So inhaling through the nose, exhaling out the mouth. As you push those legs away, you should feel those abs working. You might feel a little bit of hip flexors too, but if you're focusing on kind of pushing that rib cage down, keeping that back connected with the ground, you should feel some abs turning on. So let's say we'll do 30 seconds here. You can uncross your arms, put them straight on your knees like that, and then same thing, 30 seconds like that. So that's one of my simplest ab activation drills that, again, it almost should feel like a plank. They should feel like they just have a lot of abs going on. And then we're gonna do a floor bridge to get our glutes turned on. So you're gonna be lying back just like so, digging those heels into the ground, bridging your hips up. You're trying to flatten out the front of your hip here, squeezing your glutes, bringing your hips to tap, rinse, repeat. Boom. So let's say we'll have you do these for a minute or so. Sometimes with these activation drills, you might not feel a bunch of stuff happening right away. That's okay. go through the movement, do it for 30 to 45 even seconds, even to a minute is totally fine. And when we're doing activation drills and mobility, again, we're just kind of getting warm. We're not like sweating and feeling tons of burning and stuff, but we should feel the muscle groups that we're talking about activating, turning on, and working.